welcome to something slightly different today. We're going to be doing a tier ranked list for EUIC. That's right, if you're still not quite sure on what deck you want to play, you are watching the right video. That's right, I'm bringing you something completely different that I don't usually do. I'm trying my first tier rank video for the Prismatic Evolutions meta. We're using Tier Maker here. A few other YouTubers have used it. We're going to give it a go. It looks like a lot of fun. Let's give this a go. Okay guys, so you can see here I've got the tier maker. It's very exciting. I'm very excited to start doing this with you. We've got our tiers, BDIF, best deck in format, and we've got A, B, C and D. So we've got all our decks along the bottom here. Most of them are part of the kind of meta that we're looking at today. EUIC is on Friday. I am so hyped for this. I'm going to be playing in EUIC, but I'm not sure what deck I am going to be playing yet. So let's see where we go. So first up, we've got Ceruledge EX. This is a really good deck, and I really like it. I'm going to put it in tier B. Why? Because it's all about getting those energies in the bin. There's some slight consistency issues. It hasn't performed as well as it could in some of the recent competitions. It's a good deck to play, but not one of my favourites. So that's where I'm going to stick it. The kind of Flareon EV deck is a C deck. It is definitely good, but it's not as good as it could be. Again, you've got Magma Basin in this format, which is still good to help it get charged up. You've got some good moves, but it's not quite as, again, consistent as it could be. And again, I don't think it's going to see a huge showing. Regidrago, now this one is interesting. It's really fallen off the wayside. I'm going to give it a B rank. It's still a really good deck and can ruin decks like Lost Zone and other decks that play small basic Pokemon. But Bidoof has just ruined this deck, so I'm going to put it in in B rank. It's still really good. However, it just doesn't have like the consistency that it used to. If you get Bidoof and not being able to use your energy switches, leaves you in a lot of problems. Goldengo, we're going to give it a B rank too as well. Again, a good deck. It's not quite up there with the top ranking decks. However, I do like this deck. It does have a lot going for it. It can take down the likes of Dragapult. It can take down big, bulky Pokemon like Archaludon and other big Pokemon like that. But again, it doesn't quite have the consistency, and if you don't get that sort of energy plus removal thing to get the different types of energy, you could be struggling. And especially if you come up against that naughty grass Pokemon, the one that looks like a Tentacruel, you know, the one that stops you getting energy back from the discard into your hand, you're in a lot of trouble. Then we move on to Miraidon. Now Miraidon is definitely an A class there. It won the recent Merida Regional. Azul GG piloted this deck. He did absolutely fantastic with it, and his list is solid. All of those basic Pokemon that are just there. It is the turbo deck of the moment. Will it see some fall off at EUIC? Maybe. I think some people are going to be kind of built to counter it. It doesn't go too well against Dragapult, but if you're playing small Pokemon, basically if you get a turn 2 Iron Hands and you're able to swipe and start taking two prizes straight away, even potentially 3 prizes if you've got something that's weak. If you've got IV or an EX that's weak to electric, this Pokemon is cooking. My son is potentially going to take this deck with him to play in the juniors. We're not quite sure yet, but this is definitely an A deck. It is fantastic and will be a solid choice, and will probably see at least an 8 to 10% showing in the meta in the room. Here we are. We've got Raging Bolt with the Ogerpon. Fantastic deck. Again, it's a turbo deck. It runs basics. It's all about getting energy on the board, firing out those Pokemon. Smash, smash, smash. This is a fantastic deck that will see probably about 5 to 6%. If you can get the gouging fires, if you can play the Sardas, this will be really good. There's some solid lists out there. Check Limitless, check some of my videos. I've done some reviews on this deck. It is very good. I've never played it myself, but as long as it doesn't come up against something that shuts abilities down like Iron Thorns, this is firing, because you can just get the grass energies on, you can get other energies on, and boom, 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 you are discarding, you are doing well. Okay, what else have we got? We've got straight Iron Thorns. I'm going to give this a B. It's brilliant to shut off those abilities. Absolutely fantastic if you are going up against Pokemon with a lot of abilities. Charizard, it is pretty much a Lugia win. Lugia cannot do much against this deck. Anything that's kind of water based, it's really good against Palkia. It just suffers from consistency sometimes. I've played this deck where I've only been able to get one Iron Thorns out into the active, and then next thing you know, boom, I've been donked. It's really annoying. It's good against Miraidon as well, actually, shutting off those Miraidons with their tandem units, and also shutting off. It's really good with the Latios. It stops the basic retreat there, so that's really, really solid. It's just got so much going for it. So yes, again, a good play. It won Worlds. We know the controversy around that. It did win Worlds, but it's just not quite A tier at the moment. Potentially in the next format, let's see. Right, Snorlax is going in at C. Again, it's a good deck, but it's just horrible to play against. It's so slow. People are playing more switches. People are playing jet energies. It's not, people are geared up for it. People know how to play against it. It is a good deck to play still. If you like stall, if you want to make people get, deck out and try and win that first game in 50 minutes, fine. But if you lose that first game and then they win the second one potentially, or a lot of draws will happen. It's going to be 9 rounds at EUIC. There's going to be over 2,000 players. It's going to be 9 rounds. It's going to be a long day. This is going to be a very, very long deck. People who play it and also people who go up against it, not my favourite. I don't think it's going to have a huge showing. There will be people there, don't worry, that want to piss people off, and there will be people there that want to take this deck down. But again, not one of my favourites. So I'm going to leave it in C rank there at the moment. Okay, what else have we got? Charizard, here we go. Charizard with Grand Tree. We're going to put this in C rank. It's just not as good as it could be. I mean, using Grand Tree is great, but then you can't use the energy acceleration. You can't evolve it. You can't get the energy from the deck. If they're playing Badoo, it can shut down a lot of your things. You can get Pidgeot maybe, but then what can you do? If you're up against a Badoo, you can't shut off the item cards. Not a great choice. Charizard has really gone down. Was S tier BDIF for such a long time, but this little 30 HP green Pokemon has just come along and just ruined people's day. So we are going to leave this in the C tier. Oh, BDIF has got to go to Dragapult, Badoo, and obviously kind of the Dust Noirs. This deck is busted. I am so close to playing this deck, but I think there's going to be a lot of people playing this deck on Friday. It's going to be one that's going to be tough to beat. The sprinkling of the damage counters, the Badoo to slow you down. Some people are playing 2 Badoos to make sure their Badoo doesn't get prized. It is a fantastic deck, and one that is good with consistency with the Dracaloaks. It's good with putting the Badoo up the front. You've got lots of trainer cards you can use, and once you get that Dragapult up, attach the Sparkling Crystal, 1 energy, 200 damage, and then 6 damage counters across the board. Absolutely busted. This is the BDIF, and also while we're on BDIF, we've also got, yes, Gardevior. There it is, Gardevior. It might not be the build. There's so many different builds you can play. You can play with the balloons, you can play without balloons, you can play with 3 Monkey Dory. In my top 10 deck list meta for February 2025, this deck is number 1. It is just fantastic. My mate plays this deck. He plays it very well, and it is really consistent. You've obviously got the Curliers there to obviously discard an energy or something, draw 2. You've got Greninja. There's just so much you can do with this deck, and Monkey Dory just makes this deck absolutely busted. These are my 2 BDIFs for the tournament. Will they get taken down? Will they make top 8? Let's wait and see. It's going to be a very interesting 3 days. Lugia, let's wrap this video up, guys. Lugia is a deck. Very good. It's going to see some play, maybe 5 to 8%. Beware of the Miraidons, although it's not impossible. It's like a 35% chance. If you can avoid the Iron Hand, getting Iron Hand and taking 3 prizes, this deck is good. Lugia though just has 2 problems. Miraidon, and its weakness is itself. It is consistency. If you get, let's say, Iono down to a small hand, if you get reset stamped, unfair stamped, if you get, let's say, that Cypher Mate, or that Xerxes card that puts you down to 3, it's hard because there's no draw engine. You've got no Dracaloaks, you've got no Curliers, you've got no way to draw cards unless you get a Professor's Research. So, Brick City is Lugia. I've played Lugia since it came out in the Silver Tempest in the late 22. It is a great deck. It's won many tournaments. It's done people lots of justice. However, it's just not quite up there for BDIF because, again, Miraidon is going to be quite prevalent, and also because it just bricks. Its main problem is itself. Okay, what else have we got? We've got here Palkia. Kind of Palkia Dust Noir. I'm going to put that in B tier. That is a good deck. It's pretty consistent. Blowing up and having that kind of the big bench, putting down maybe a Terra Pokemon, the Terrapagos, not bad there, guys. It's a good deck. I like it. But again, watch out for the Miraidons. They will come in. They will take 2 prizes. If they Iron Hand you, they will take 3. Archaludon. Now this is the next one. There's a couple of builds of Archaludon. This one here is the Archaludon with Dialga. I'm going to put it up in A tier. I'm more inclined to play Archaludon without Dialga. I just think Dialga, obviously it takes 5 energies to do that amazing V-Star to give you an extra turn. But I quite like it without the Dialga and with the Relicath to go back and take on Duraludon's previous moves. It's a really good deck. 300 HP on the stage 1 is just nuts. Some people are even playing it with Hero's Cape, but I'm playing it with the 4 Jamming Tower. I built it today. I like it. I've played it a little bit online when PGCTL actually lets me play it. But in real life, it's good. Again, it just suffers from itself. It suffers from a bit of consistency. It bricks, and when it bricks hard. But when it fires, boy, does it go. The fact that you've got things like the Cyclone Scoop Up to pick up maybe if it's got 200 plus damage on it, you've got a couple of Turos, and then if all the energy go in the bin, that's fine. You slap another one down on a Duraludon, you get 2 energy back, attach 1 from hand, you've got 3 energy, you're smacking 220 damage again, and you're removing weakness. Not bad. A tier, definitely A tier. Finally, what else have we got? We've got Terrapagos with Cloth. This is definitely a B deck, pretty good. This is Terrapagos, sorry, with Dust Noir. It's good again, but it's not quite up there with the top tiers. What else we got left before we finish the video today? We've got Lost Zone Box. That's a C tier. Oh no, let's put it in B tier. We got Lost Zone Box here. Not bad. We're playing the Regigigas here. This is great against decks like Charizard, Dragapult, anything with Stellar Pokemon. It's really good, but again, you've just got to watch out for those Iron Hands, and it just falls flat against Dragapult. Another good choice actually I would look for is Ancient Box. Ancient Box is really good actually. I'm going to put that in B tier. Quite a good deck. Not a lot of people I think are expecting to play Ancient Box. You get enough in the discard. You can obviously be smacking a lot of damage with the Baby Moon. Good deck. I think it's going to have a probably 3 to 4% showing. Watch out. There are some good players that play Ancient Box. Pidgeotto Control, B deck. If you know how to play it, you will go far into the tournament. The last few decks, we've got Quaff here. Here we go, Quaff with Terrapagos. I'm going to put this we're going to put this in B tier. Not bad. Some people are playing 1 or 2 Quaff. You've got kind of Bidoof to slow you down, and then you've got Terrapagos there as your kind of Stellar Pokemon to really smack out the bench. Watch out for the Regigigas though. The last few decks, we've got Gouging Fire, which came second in Merida. We're going to put that in B tier. Nice fire deck, very good. Big Dark Pokemon. We've got the Big Roaring Moon. We're going to put that in B tier. It is good, but again, if you're going to do 200 damage to knock something out, beware of Dragapult because it can put 3 damage counters on you and boof. There you go, you're gone. And then finally, we've got this Bidoof kind of Froslass Monkey Dory deck. I like it, but sadly, this is definitely kind of a D tier deck. It's not going to go far. If you want to play for fun, take it to a challenge or a cup, but I wouldn't recommend playing this deck at EUIC. So guys, that's it. That's my tier list. I am torn between Dragapult, I'm torn between Miraidon, Lugia, and Archaludon. Leave me your thoughts in the comments. What are you thinking of taking to EUIC? If I had to make a choice right now, it would be Dragapult. Although Archaludon, I'm doing a little bit more testing tomorrow. I'm so tempted. Also, I'm going to be at the Pokemon Center. I'm one of the first ones in the queue. Come and say hi if you like my content. It'd be great to see you. But yeah, let me know in the comments. What are you going to be playing at EUIC? Let me know. Do you agree with my tier list? Do you think I've put too many in the Bs? Do you think I should have dropped some down to the C? Do you agree with my As? Do you agree with my BDIFs? Guys, as always, if you like my content, smash the like button. It does my channel and the algorithm the world of good, and it pushes my video out to more people. If you enjoy this video and my other content, please leave a like and a subscribe. It means so much. Guys, I'll see you again in the next video, and I hope to see some of you at EUIC. And all the best, guys, and have a fantastic tournament. Let me know what you're playing. Take care and have a good one.